Right, on to Gemini. Spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in the second week of September 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Gemini, please. How is Gemini feeling, first of all? Three of Wands reversed. Now, the Three of Wands, when it's upright, is after the planning phase, when we begin to take action. That's reversed. So you're stopping yourself from taking action on something or someone. The Ace of Wands reversed. Perhaps you've lost passion or desire or excitement for this situation, or perhaps something has got in the way. For example, when I was grieving, there was no way that I wanted to continue flirting with someone that I'd recently met. I wasn't in the frame of mind to be myself. Okay, I couldn't balance my emotions. So that's not anything to do with how I felt about that person. I just wasn't emotionally in control of myself. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but you've lost enthusiasm or motivation. It could be that you're just focused on other stuff right now. You could be tired of this, because they're all Wands, which is fire, passion, and energy, drive, motivation. You could have lost your libido, or you just decided you don't want this anymore, or you don't want love for a while. Or you're unable to take action. Maybe there's something you want, but you're not actuating it for whatever reason. But it seems to be the motivation, the drive. Four of Wands upright. You want stability. The Four of Wands is the 4 walls to a house or the 4 legs to a chair. It's the most stable number, 4. You know, if you're living together, if you're married, it's a very public situation. It's very strong. You've declared to everyone in the town that you are going to be together. It's clear by the commitment that you've moved in together. It's clear by the commitment that you've married, either and, or all of the above. I just need to plug my charger in. Okay. Perhaps you feel that you've attained stability, security, balance, harmony, and you don't want anything to upset the apple cart, or you don't want any drama. Maybe you're worried about upsetting kids that you've got, because this is a very like, or maybe you're not prepared to settle for anything less than the best, you know, like you want someone that wants to get married again, or you want someone that wants to move in together, you know, because some people are like, never again, never get married again. Some people are like, I'm never living with anyone again, I always want my own place, because they're just tired of the drama. They feel like, you know, that hopeless romantic, the naive optimism is gone in them, and they just can't do it. And you know, they're just like, I've worked to get my own place, I've worked to like have my own peacitude, and I'm not giving it up now for anyone. I'll always have this. Even if I get into a relationship again, I'll always have this as my space, my place, you know what I mean? So you may have got to a point where you're comfortable sort of in what you've currently got. Those are all ones, like all fire, but it's weird because the ones are reversed. You're stopping yourself on taking action on some sort of plan, and it's like you've lost the enthusiasm for it. And then there's this card of like the 4 of Wands, which is the 1111 card, and it's about having a house, a home, or a serious, you know, like marriage, absolutely rock solid stability. Maybe you're already in this situation, but I see, if you were in this situation, you didn't want it anymore and it was unstable, I'd see it like that, but I'm not. It's upright, so that's why I feel like you don't want anything to disturb your peace or the peace of your children, or you don't want to relocate. Do you know, to me, there's just certain non-negotiables, isn't there? And it's like, fuck off then. Right, let's see for your person, the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with or manifesting in the future. They've got the Hanged Man reversed, so when the Hanged Man is upright, it's someone that's willing to see things from your perspective as well as their own, or willing to take advice from others to see things from their perspective even. But this person's only willing to see things from their point of view, okay? Because it's reversed. Now, this is to do with a soul tie, a soul connection, and an urgent message that they want to communicate something with you, and it's got to happen like yesterday. Like, this person cannot wait to tell you something. And it could be someone that you've had someone that you've known for many years, you know, or that you're in a relationship with, that's kind of public, everyone knows about it. Or this person has fallen for you and sees you as very high value, because this is a card of good luck, nostalgia, you know, feeling like someone's a soulmate. This person has got something to say and it can't wait, and they're very stubborn about it. They will only see things from their perspective, and it's to do with a soulmate. The Hierophant reversed with the 5 of Wands reversed. Now, the 5 of Wands upright is arguments, internal conflict, external conflict. So internal is you having mixed emotions about something, or in this case, it's their side of the reading. So they would have, if this were upright, mixed emotions about something. They might feel like it's not very sensible, not very wise. Okay. Or it could be other people, it could be external conflicts, so friends and family, colleagues, bosses saying, oh, I don't think you should be doing that. You know, do you really want to like do that? This way round, They don't want drama. They want to avoid drama, okay? Because the Five of Wands reversed is like, I don't want conflict, I don't want drama. They may feel like it's wise to avoid drama, or they don't want to be sensible anymore and avoid drama. They need to speak out. There's definitely a message coming from someone that views you as a soulmate. They're very stubborn about this. They can only see things from their perspective, from their point of view. They've got something to say. It's not going to wait. And I think they're tired of, trying to avoid arguments. I hate to say it, guys, but I'm getting like X vibes. I'm getting X vibes. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's someone that's in love with you and not told you. But they view you. They must know you already, if that's the case. Like, they haven't just met you. Like, they already know you. Like, they've known you for many years. They view you as like almost like family, because they just have such a high regard for you. Like, there's nostalgia there. So it's like, it's someone that knows you very, very well. Is going to deliver an urgent message, and they're very, very like fixated on that. What's in the outcome? This is in the challenge position. The Lovers. Your major arcana. So it could be that you feel like unsure about something, or it could be that you don't know whether you want a connection anymore. You don't know whether you want to marry anymore. You don't know how you feel about this person. And yet they're like, no, we need to marry, or it's off. Like, there could be some sort of ultimatum to do with, they want to move in, or it's off. Like, there's going to be some sort of like message delivered. Let's get two more for the outcome. But maybe you want to keep your autonomy and they want something more traditional, or you want something traditional and they want to keep their autonomy. They might say, look, just because I don't want to get married again doesn't mean I'm not in love with you, or just because I don't want to get married ever doesn't mean I'm not in love with you or serious about you. There's some sort of talk about stability, about 3D realities, assets, houses, marriage, engagement. There's something heavy, because the Hierophant is the major arcana for Taurus, but it's also it can be a marriage card, like the sense of vows, weddings, marriages, proposals. I think they're in love, but maybe they don't want to get married and they don't want to argue about it. And maybe you're like, well, I want security and stability. I don't want something frivolous. A third-party situation could have been exposed. With the Three of Cups, it can point to a third-party situationship. Okay, someone being involved outside of marriage, being brought into a situation. Or it could be that there just isn't a cause to celebrate at the moment. Okay, not coming together with community, isolating ourselves, keeping stum, laying low, not meeting everyone for drinks, or turning down invites, just keeping back. Temperance reversed. Now, the Temperance is the major arcana for Sagittarius. This is about emotional balance. She's pouring from one cup into the other, to make everything just right. Look how pretty that is. Just right, nice and stable. Because the Archer, which is the symbol, the zodiac for Sagittarius, the Archer is trying to shoot and aim, and they can't do that if their head's all over the place or their heart's all over the place or they're distracted emotionally. So they're always trying to find balance, find equilibrium, and there's no emotional balance or equilibrium here. That's what they're going to tell you. Why do they feel like that? Why are they being like so stubborn and only seeing things from their point of view? Do you know what I'm thinking now? This could be someone that you were married to and you separated from. Because they've known you for many years, they know you very well. And they're going to deliver some sort of truth. And it could be that you've not been attending like family dues, or, like when you're separated, but you're like part of the family because you have kids, and there's some sort of like celebration that maybe you've turned down an invitation to, or you've like held back, or you're being preoccupied with other stuff. You could have dropped the ball on things with the best will in the world. Why the family are like, hang on, why are we having a party without Gemini? Why are we celebrating this without Gemini here? It could be that as well. Or it could be that this person's been kept like, in the dark, like a third party, and they don't want to be in that kind of, it's just like, I'm not doing that anymore, like some sort of ultimatum. Someone wants change with whatever you've been doing, to keep your own security and your own stability. They need change, okay? They're going to throw down the gauntlet. Negativity. Like a dark cloud above, you are depressed, extreme moods. It could be really like, really fed up, really angry or down about this. Dance of souls, be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. They're gonna open up, but it could be like more straight talking than being emotionally vulnerable, and perhaps they, would have more success if they just calmed down a bit and spoke from the heart, Outdated, discarded, outdated, irrelevant, old news. Someone feels that they've been discarded, that they've been made irrelevant, that they're being treated like they're old news now. Someone that you've known for a long time. Let's get the unspoken truth. Your past shapes you, but it doesn't define you. I won't lie, I still check up on you sometimes. Oh my god. You've got like a creeper, you know. You know what a creeper is? A creeper is someone that you've dated, had a relationship, or been married to many eons ago. And they just keep like stalking you, and they'll slide into the DMs somehow or contact you somehow, and it'll be so out of nowhere. And you're like, we haven't spoken for 10 years, and you're like trying to get my attention. Like, what the hell? Nervous. You make me nervous. Even just thinking about you, I get nervous. I'm not sure what to say or how to act around you. It's a bit bloody intense, isn't it? Unbreakable love. This person has genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. There's an ex that wants your attention. I think you had a relationship with them. It's someone you had a relationship with, and it wasn't a false start. You lived together, or you were married, and they've never forgotten about you. They check up on you on your social media, or they ask around in the local community, or they watch a channel if you've got a channel. Like, somehow they're getting information and updates about you. They're in love with you and they want your attention. That's what they're going to do. If you don't reach out to them, they're going to reach out to you. I've been getting, this makes more sense now, because I've been getting these like weird ass readings for Gemini for like months now. And it's like something you're like not really interested in. You know what I mean? Like, you're not into it. And I thought it might be an ex, but I was thinking more like ex-spouse is annoyed with you for some reason. Someone you still got to deal with because of kids. But I think it could be someone that's simping over you, that you actually had a full-on relationship with, but you know, when you like have outgrown it because it's been like 10 years or something, or like a really long amount of time, and you're like, nah, you're not into this, I don't think. Visions. Look within, Francis. Your inner visions hold profound insights. If you really get the ick off this person, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be involved with them. You don't even have to answer messages. You're not obliged to. It's like people think that because you once had a relationship with them, you are obliged to answer to me. You're obliged to spend time with me. You're obliged to talk about and update me on everything you're doing. You're not obliged to do anything. You can block them. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be my title. Because if you wanted this, your Ace of Wands would be upright. And that sounds phallic, but I didn't mean... Sounds like an innuendo, that, but I didn't mean it to be. Your Ace of Wands would be upright if you wanted this, right? And it's reversed. And you don't want any drama, you don't want any instability, and you are not taking action, you are laying low. You've gone into the midnight zone. You've become an anglerfish in the midnight zone of the Mariana Trench. You lay in that low, oh my god. It could be your intuition that's telling you to do that as well. A mystical force is guiding you, trust in its wisdom. How cool is that? You've got visions. These are from different oracle decks. There's a crystal ball in both of these. That's creepy in a good way. I like that. Look within for answers. Your inner visions hold profound insights. A mystical force is guiding you, trust in its wisdom. Your past shapes you, but it doesn't define you. They're checking up on you. Fine, like whatever. You know, until I block your ass or until you don't have to feel bad about doing that. People delude themselves. They absolutely delude themselves. It's like, what are you on? Seriously. And it could be that they treated you badly or break your heart at the time. It could be that it's just been that long that it's completely irrelevant because you have changed like 10 times the person that you are. You've lived so many different experiences. You are not the person. They would meet up with you and you just cannot relate to them like at all. Because maybe they haven't ascended, maybe they haven't changed, maybe they haven't done anything with themselves. Some people don't leave their own bloody backyard, do you know what I mean? And you've lived all over the world, or you've like changed careers, you know, travelled, lived in other countries. It's just like you just can't relate to them like at all. And they're just reminiscing about the past because it's like a safety zone for them, like a comfort zone. You know, they're going through the highlight reel and they're feeling horny and no one's interested in them or something like that. Just no. Like, you can flirt with people if you want to flirt with people. You can get back with people if you want to get back with people, but you don't want to. You're so not into this, like, at all. And there could have been drama, there could have been trouble because there's something like to do with a house and a home and stability that you're just like, nothing's changing what I've got for myself now. There could be a gold digger. There could be drama. You know, really difficult to deal with emotionally, or like you're just not into it anymore for whatever reason. Like, just don't fancy it. It's something to do with enthusiasm and drive and passion. Like, there's just a lack. You just don't want it. They might have genuine love for you, but it doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship with them. You're not obliged to have a relationship with someone because they care about you or they think that you should be with them. It's not. No. Let me see when you're getting someone new. Okay, so what you need to do is set your intention, okay, and then you need to surrender it to the divine and let them get to work. So have a think about what kind of person you want, what qualities you want them to have. Is there anything that you want to avoid in a person? Like, if the last person that you dated was like hella unpredictable, or they were a liar, or they had some sort of addiction, if they just had like a really different sex drive to you, or, you know, there was infidelity or like something that you really wish to avoid. If you found someone really dull and you're a creative, or, you know, you're logical and you're not a creative at all, and you're just really not into the same things they're into, what is it that you wish to avoid? I would look for that first, okay? Make a list of things that you like, that's non-negotiable. I'm not being a nun or a monk. I'm not. Or if you know, if you're not interested in that, you just want companionship, that's fine. There's other people that are not interested in that and they're looking for companionship. You just need to think about what you want and what is non-negotiable, and then you ask out loud and you say, Spirit, this is what I want. Angels, this is what I want. And I'm going to surrender it now. And then you focus on your career, you focus on your hobbies, you focus on your community, loved ones, your own projects, and it will evolve, you know? But you don't have to entertain whoever this is that's obsessing and simping over you. You don't feel bad about blocking them, okay? Because they're actually um, taking a liberty by wasting your time getting in touch with you, making you feel uncomfortable. Um, it's been how long, and they think that they're gonna distract you because they're so irresistible or they're so relevant to you. You're irrelevant to me, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I've had that with friends as well, just like, no, a friend dumped you for a reason. Like, you're not someone that I worry about, that I spend time thinking about at all. Like, it's a relief. Okay, so whoever this is, and this is a love reading, so it will be someone that you've previously dated or had a relationship with. I would say you're in love when you were together. It's not just screwing around, but oh, no. No. You do not like worry about, or I'm a jerk if I don't let them see my Facebook, or if I block them, they'll realise and they'll be upset. Who fucking cares? They need to build a bridge and get over it. There's, you know, 9.5 billion people in the world, and they're like banging on your door. Come on. What are we doing here? Like, why are we. Would I ever go and bang on the door of someone who I know doesn't want to like get back with me, who I know a million years ago was relevant to me, and we haven't spoken for like 8 years, 18 years. I am not doing that. There's so many people in the world. You meet people that you gel with in work. You meet people, I go to pottery. I know that I've met two people that I'm going to keep in touch with for the rest of my life because we are soul twins. Find someone that's relevant to you and fuck off. Do not knock on my door. Don't slide into my DMs. Don't try and add me on social media because we don't know each other anymore. We knew each other then. And I don't regret what happened back then. But you are, I don't know what to call it, but you're like tripping, like thinking, it's like they're shooting fish in a barrel, isn't it? Like they're picking out of what they've already gone through. And I'm not talking about your go-to people, because that's mutual. You mutually want to meet and get it on. Like, that's mutual. But people who give you the ick, even though when you were like 17 or 18, you were in love with them, trying to come in when you're like 40 and put the tentacles out, it's just no. Like, I don't know you anymore. Like, all I know is who you were back then, and that's all you know about me. And you might admire me, you might appreciate me, you might think I look good or I've blossomed or this and that. But I don't feel like that about you now. I don't want you anywhere near me. Do you know what I mean? Like, ew. And it's not because I'm a bitch or this or that. It's just I don't have those feelings for you anymore. And I've become a different person every 5 years. I've done things with my life that have changed my brain shape. Like, I've built new schema. I look at the world in a different way. I remember how you were towards me, and I don't feel in my heart the way that I felt about you. It broke my heart what you did, and I no longer access happy emotions to do with that. I can access nostalgia, but I don't need to talk to you to access those memories that I have. I'm grateful you were my first. That's just a classic. Like, your first comes back every like 5 or 10 years, trying to like get a free lay because no one else is interested or something. It's like, ew, I don't see you like that anymore. And actually, you're shooting fish in a barrel, aren't you? You're not even trying to like get some new blood. What are you doing, mate? Just no. I just went off on one then, but I just get the ick from this. I really do. Ew, they're like quivering over you and stuff. It's just, I'm going to stop it because it's wrong. Right. Yeah. Decide what you do want. Decide what you don't want. Say it out loud and surrender it. Okay. There's no like special way to manifest. It's just you say out loud what you want. Do it in the car on your way to work. Do it, you know, in your room. Do it in the bath. Like, just, you know, your conversation with spirit is like omnipresent. It's continuous. It's not like they won't get the memo. Right, we're getting out of this vibe. I'll do Cancer and then I'm going to break to eat something and, you know, look after my basic needs, and I'll come back. It's like the audacity of, like, I just can't get off this now, but like the audacity of thinking, you know, he was like this guy that I'm thinking of, my first. That was lovely at the time. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you get to like put your hands on me now. It doesn't mean you get to like speak to me in a kind of way or look at me in a kind of way or claim association, you know, success by association because I'm successful, or attractiveness by association, or kudos for like sleeping with me by association. Like, ew, like go and do stuff with your own life and like realize that we don't have anything in common anymore. Like, I don't regret that you were my first, but I'm not, you ain't gonna be my last. Just no. Absolutely not. And they're just like trying to give you the smolder and like put a hand down on the seat when you go to sit down in the cinema, and you're like, what are you doing? And they're like, yeah, but it's you. And I'm like, no, I like was actually spending time with you because it felt bad for you or whatever. It sounds like I'm a proper bitch, but it's just like the audacity of trying to put your hands on someone in that way when it's been years and you kind of mercy meeting up with them to just not be a cow or whatever. And then they do that and it's like, oh. That hasn't happened by that person recently. It was like, my first was when I was 17. We were together for a year. It's proper serious. He ended it because he wanted to hang out with his friends again or whatever. Thought it was going to be some sort of don. Do you know what I mean? So there's latent anger there. And then I met up with him like a few years later. And yeah, he used me for sex for a while after, even though he knew I was still in love with him. It was that fucking hate. And then a few years later, when I wasn't angry anymore and I'd gone out with other people and time had passed, I hung out with him just because I felt like it had only been a few years, but I didn't want anything to do with him in that way. It was just like, felt a bit bad, you know, and he wanted to hang out, so I hung out. And then he was just trying it on, and I thought, you're a prick. So I just want to give you the context, do you know what I mean? But then he tried it again like another 5 years later. And he's like, I always knew you were going to be something like special. And I thought, fuck off. No thanks to you. All you've done is like upset me and try dating other people unsuccessfully. So I don't take that as a compliment. And like anything I've achieved in my life is down to me despite you hating me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, ew. Just because I felt I was coming across bad then. Wait, I'm shutting up now. Oh, to be young again? No thanks. I'd rather be the age that I am now. Happy for the wisdom and the wrinkles.